Your thermostat is running right now, and there is a 70% chance it is costing you $50 a month you do not have to spend. What nobody knew at the time was that the industry had been selling a smart label on a basically dumb device. Only 4 models in 2026 actually close the gap. Your HVAC system runs roughly 2,000 hours every single year, and a staggering portion of that runtime is pure waste. Not because your system is broken, but because your thermostat has no idea whether anyone is actually home. It cools your living room while you sit at a desk 12 miles away. Nobody was paying attention to thermostat marketing claims back then. That was about to change. When a manufacturer prints up to 23% savings on the box, they are not lying technically. That number is real, pulled from modeling data based on an ideal home, perfect usage patterns, optimal scheduling, and a household that behaves with robotic consistency every single day of the year. What comes next is the part that still does not make sense. That same manufacturer knows from their own internal data that the average buyer will never come close to those conditions. The up to is doing a tremendous amount of heavy lifting in that sentence, and the industry counts on you not noticing. Manufacturers celebrated record smart thermostat sales through 2024 and 2025. They shouldn't have, because the majority of those devices were installed and immediately left in manual mode, delivering none of the savings they were engineered to produce. Energy Star's verified number, the one backed by independent testing rather than manufacturer modeling, lands between 8% and 15% reduction in heating and cooling costs for qualified smart thermostat models. That is a real number. It is smaller than the box claims, but it is honest, and it is the number that utility rebate programs actually use when they decide which devices to fund. Focus on Energy, one of the largest ratepayer-funded efficiency programs in the country, will not put a rebate dollar behind a thermostat that has not passed independent efficiency verification. That filter matters because it means the rebate list is also a quality filter. If your utility offers a rebate on it, the device has been vetted. Now look at what real-world data actually shows. Homes using occupancy sensing combined with automation, meaning the thermostat knows who is home, adjusts automatically, and responds to live conditions, consistently land in the 15 to 20% savings range. Homes running fixed schedules, even well-programmed ones, land between 5 and 8%. That gap is not a rounding error. On a $3,000 annual HVAC bill, the difference between 8% and 20% is $360 per year. That is a car payment. That is a utility bill. That is money leaving your account every single year because the device on your wall is not doing the job it was sold to do. The $50 per month waste figure is not marketing hype. It is $600 per year against a device that costs between $150 and $250 at retail, and with a $50 rebate from a qualifying utility program, payback lands in under 12 months. That is the kind of return on investment that most financial products cannot touch, and the industry buries it because the moment you run that math, you stop accepting the status quo. You are paying $600 a year extra because your thermostat does not know you left the house. That is what this comes down to. The $50 per month gap would come back to haunt the industry's credibility. But that is getting ahead of the story. The Ecobee Smart Thermostat Premium is not trying to be subtle about what it does. It is built around a single, aggressive premise. The thermostat location is the worst possible place to measure occupancy in your home. Most thermostats live in a hallway. Nobody spends time in hallways. So a thermostat that only senses at its own location is making decisions based on data from the least occupied room in the house. Ecobee's answer is smart sensor technology. These are discrete wireless sensors you place in the rooms that actually matter: the bedroom, the living room, the home office. The system aggregates occupancy signals from every sensor simultaneously and makes set-point decisions based on where people actually are, not where the thermostat happens to be mounted. This directly eliminates idle runtime in unoccupied zones. If the bedroom is empty and the living room has 2 people in it, the system optimizes for the living room. That is not a small improvement. That is a fundamental redesign of how thermostat logic works. The Eco Plus feature set layers additional savings on top of the occupancy engine. Demand response integration allows your utility to briefly adjust your set point during peak grid events, in exchange for bill credits. Time of use rate optimization shifts preconditioning to cheaper rate windows before peak pricing kicks in. Community savings events stack further credits on top of that. None of this requires you to do anything after initial setup. It runs automatically. The numbers Ecobee reports for Eco Plus users are striking. Up to $284 per year in combined savings. That is nearly 5 times the Energy Star baseline of $50 per year. The retail price is approximately $250. With a $50 Focus on Energy rebate, your net cost lands around $200. Payback in under 12 months, and that is before you factor in the decade of savings behind it. Compatibility covers 95% or more of residential HVAC systems, including multi-stage heating and cooling, heat pump configurations, and dual-fuel hybrid setups. If you have a system, Ecobee almost certainly works with it. This is the Occupancy King, and the math behind that title is not marketing, it is utility verified. The Google Nest Learning Thermostat, now in its 4th generation, was built to solve one specific problem. The fact that most people will never configure a thermostat correctly, no matter how good the instructions are. If that sounds bad, keep watching, because the solution Nest landed on is more elegant than anything else in this category. Auto Schedule does not ask you to program anything, it watches. For the first week you own it, it observes when you adjust the temperature, what you adjust it to, and when you leave and come home. By day 7, it has built a custom schedule derived entirely from your actual behavior, not from some idealized routine you typed in during setup. This directly addresses the 70% programming failure problem. You cannot fail to program something that programs itself. Home and Away Assist adds the occupancy layer. The system uses your phone's GPS signal, combined with the thermostat's built-in sensor, to detect when the house is occupied. When you leave, setback begins automatically. When you are on your way back, it starts conditioning the home before you arrive. No geofence to configure, no app to open, it just works. The Energy History dashboard is genuinely rare in this category. It shows you a day-by-day breakdown of what drove your HVAC runtime, weather, occupancy patterns, manual adjustments. You can audit your own bill. You can see exactly which Tuesday cost you more than usual and why. That kind of transparency is almost non-existent in home energy management, and it gives you the data to make smarter decisions over time. The retail price is approximately $280. Utility rebates are available in most states, and Google's rebate finder at nest.com/rebates lets you enter your zip code and see exactly what your local utility offers. The Nest ecosystem integrates with Google Home and participates in demand response programs that generate additional bill credits automatically. The Nest 4th generation is the set and forget machine, and for households that want savings without configuration, it is the most frictionless path to getting them. If you have made it this far, you are already operating with information that 70% of homeowners simply do not have.
Most people will replace their thermostat with whatever is on sale at the hardware store, never check a rebate portal, and spend the next decade paying $600 a year they did not have to spend. You are not doing that. If the smart thermostat story had stopped here, this would be a very different story. But the rebate landscape and the 10-year projections take everything we have covered so far and multiply it. The next episode runs the full 10-year math on HVAC replacement versus efficiency upgrades. The calculation that contractors and equipment manufacturers actively avoid putting in front of you because the answer is almost never buy the new system. The numbers are specific, sourced from utility cost data and Department of Energy efficiency modeling. And they will change how you think about every HVAC quote you ever receive. A $16,000 HVAC replacement quote looks very different when you run it against a $200 thermostat upgrade, a $150 air sealing investment, and a $300 attic insulation improvement, all of which qualify for stacked rebates under the same Focus on Energy programs we covered today. The 10-year cost curve on that comparison is not close. Contractors do not show you that curve. We will. Subscribe and hit the bell.
Every episode on this channel is built around one specific dollar amount you can stop losing. A real number, a real mechanism, and a real path to keeping that money. The 10-year HVAC breakdown is the next piece, and it is the kind of calculation that makes a $250 thermostat look like the smallest decision in a much larger picture. A 3-bedroom house with 2 adults, a teenager, and a home office is not a single-zone problem. It is 4 competing comfort demands happening simultaneously in 4 different rooms, and a single thermostat mounted in the hallway is making decisions for all of them, based on the temperature of the hallway. That is not smart. That is just a slightly more expensive version of the same bad logic. The Honeywell Home T9 was designed for exactly this situation. Its smart room sensor system supports up to 20 individual sensors distributed across your home. Each sensor reports temperature and occupancy data back to the main thermostat, which then prioritizes comfort in whichever rooms are currently occupied and relaxes the set point in rooms that are empty. The bedroom gets comfortable while the guest room stays at a wider set point. The home office gets prioritized during work hours. The living room takes over in the evening. All of it happens automatically, based on where people actually are. The occupancy detection combines geofencing from your phone with in-room presence sensing from the sensors themselves. That fusion of 2 data sources makes it significantly more accurate than single-point detection. Geofencing tells the system when the house is generally occupied or empty. In-room sensors tell it where specifically. Together, they eliminate the false readings that cause single sensor systems to either over-condition or under-condition. That's not a typo, by the way. Up to 20 sensors on a single system. That is a level of granularity that no other thermostat in this category matches. Independent testing of multi-sensor occupancy systems like the T9 shows 15 to 18% reductions in HVAC runtime compared to non-sensing thermostats. The retail price is approximately $200, and Residio's utility partner network frequently brings the net cost under $150 after rebate. Everything the T9 had built, its sensor network, its room prioritization logic, its geofencing accuracy, was about to work against them in the simplest possible scenario. A small home with one zone that just needed a reliable, affordable device to do the basics well. That is where the next thermostat takes over. The real question is what happened behind closed doors when engineers at Emerson sat down to build a thermostat for the buyer who does not want AI, does not want a learning algorithm, and does not want to spend $250 on a device that will spend most of its time being smarter than they need it to be. The answer is the Sensi Touch 2, and it is the most honest product in this comparison. At approximately $150 retail, the Sensi Touch 2 is the lowest entry point of the 4 devices in this roundup. A $50 rebate through qualifying utility programs brings the net cost to $100, the cheapest path to verified Energy Star efficiency in this category. There is no learning algorithm, there is no room sensor network, there is 7-day flexible scheduling with geofencing built in, which means the device will respond when you leave the house and hold set point efficiently when you return. It is not AI-driven, it is reliable, and reliability is underrated. The Energy Star certification on the Sensi Touch 2 is the honest kind. Verified 8% to 15% savings range, not manufacturer-modeled up to 23% claims. That is the number the utility programs trust, the number that qualifies it for rebates, and the number that holds up in real-world conditions. For a small home or an apartment where a single zone covers most of the living space, 8% to 15% is the realistic ceiling anyway. More sensor complexity would not deliver more savings in that environment. Compatibility is the Sensi Touch 2's quiet superpower. It works with virtually all 24-volt residential HVAC systems, the broadest compatibility profile of the 4 models in this comparison. That matters for renters seeking landlord approval, for older homes with non-standard wiring configurations, and for homeowners who simply want a proven upgrade without compatibility research. The Sensi Touch 2 is not the most exciting device in this roundup. It is the most practical one, and for a significant portion of buyers, practical is exactly what the math demands. Think of it like a diagnostic. Before you spend $1, you run your home through 4 filters: size, schedule, household complexity, and budget. And the right thermostat surfaces immediately. Single zone home, tech-forward household, irregular schedule that changes week to week? That is the Ecobee Smart Thermostat Premium. The smart sensor occupancy detection and Eco Plus automation layer handle the variability automatically. You do not need to predict your schedule because the system responds to actual presence. Reported savings up to $284 per year against a $200 net cost after rebate. The math is decisive. Household that will not configure anything manually, does not want to set up sensors, and just needs the thermostat to figure it out? That is the Nest Learning Thermostat, 4th generation. 1 week of observation, then a custom schedule built from real behavior. Home and Away Assist handles occupancy without any geofence configuration. At approximately $280 retail, with utility rebates available through nest.com/rebates, it is the most frictionless path to verified savings in this category. Large home, multiple bedrooms, people moving through different rooms on different schedules, persistent hot and cold spots? That is the Honeywell Home T9 with its multi-sensor room prioritization. Up to 20 sensors, geofencing plus in-room presence detection, 15 to 18% runtime reduction in independent testing. Net cost often under $150 after Residio's utility partner rebates. For complex homes, this is the precision instrument. Budget buyer, small home, rental situation, or anyone who simply wants a reliable Energy Star upgrade without the premium. That is the Sensi Touch 2. Net cost as low as $100 after rebate. Verified 8 to 15% savings. Broadest HVAC compatibility of the 4. The filter question that changes every calculation. Does your utility offer a rebate? Run that check first. A $50 to $150 rebate compresses the payback window on every model here. And in some utility territories, the Ecobee or Nest pays for itself in under 6 months. The database is at your utility's website or at nest.com/rebates. Run the check before you buy anything. The rebate system that exists right now, in 2026, is the most generous it has ever been for smart thermostat buyers. And the majority of eligible homeowners are leaving that money on the table because they do not know the process. Most people never heard about this part. Focus on Energy offers a $50 instant rebate on qualified smart thermostats purchased on or after January 1st, 2026. That rebate applies at point of sale at participating retailers or through a mail-in process for purchases made elsewhere. The device must be on the approved model list, which functions as an independent quality filter. If it qualifies for the rebate, it has been verified. But the Focus on Energy rebate is the floor, not the ceiling. Many utilities stack additional incentives on top of it, bringing total rebate value to between $75 and $150, depending on your service territory. I mean, think about that for a second. A $150 device with a $150 combined rebate is a net zero purchase that still delivers $600 per year in recoverable savings. That math is not theoretical. It is available to real buyers in real utility territories right now. Google Nest has built a rebate finder directly into their purchase flow at nest.com/rebates. Enter your zip code, see the local utility programs that apply to your address, and know your net cost before you buy. It takes 90 seconds and can cut your payback window in half. Ecobee's rebate program partners with over 200 utilities nationwide, and many of those partnerships include free installation support through the Utility Partner Network. If you are not comfortable with the wiring, that support can eliminate the $75 to $150 professional installation cost entirely. Document everything. Save your receipt. Write down the model number and serial number before the box goes in the recycling. Rebate denials happen almost exclusively because of missing paperwork, not because the device was ineligible. The documentation takes 5 minutes. The denial appeal takes 5 weeks. The same rebate infrastructure that was built to help homeowners save money was about to destroy the excuse that upgrading costs too much. The same decision that built the industry's upgrade sales pitch was about to destroy it, because the math was always there. It just needed someone to run it. This is not a gadget purchase. It is a financial decision with a documented, utility-verified return on investment. A $16,000 HVAC replacement quote versus a $200 thermostat upgrade, a $150 air sealing job, and a $300 attic improvement. All rebate eligible, all stacking under the same programs. That comparison has a winner. Contractors do not show you the 10-year curve. Professional installation runs $75 to $150 if you need it. That cost still sits inside the payback window when measured against $600 per year in recoverable savings. Every model in this comparison pays back within 12 months, and the decade behind that is pure return. As of January 2026, the rebate programs are funded, and the math has never been cleaner. This story isn't over, not even close. Subscribe and keep watching.